What family secret was finally spilled in your family? My great-grandmother wasn't actually Mexican, but rather was adopted by a Mexican family from a Chinese family who was being kicked out of Mexico when railroad construction was over. She always had more typically Asian features, but only spoke Spanish, and it was questioned. 23andMe is a hell of a thing. My father's brother killed 4 girls when he was in high school. My father was the one who found out and told the police. My mother was Catholic. After 8 kids, she would go visit family when she got pregnant. The Catholic Church would take the baby and rehome it with a barren Catholic family. I met a Greek Catholic brother. He looked like all of us but had a Greek name and Greek parents. Middle-class financial freedom is the ability to buy things at the grocery store that aren't on sale. My friend said, "I just want you to be rich enough to not look at the prices on the menu and just order what I want." We can all dream. Going shopping with my mom is weird because she doesn't even look at the prices. Want some of this? Put it in the cart. And then there's me when I'm shopping. This can of soup tastes better, but this other one is on sale for $1 off. Better get those instead. I don't consider being able to afford groceries middle class personally. That's the bare minimum of what living should be like. Middle class should be can afford to buy their own land and house. Man, I hate to sort by low to high prices in every site. I'm hopeful one day I can just start browsing in the default most relevant filter. If you can't have what you want instantly, you're poor. That being casual items, not a yacht. What's a dumb question that someone seriously asked you? I was showing a friend what a telescope is and how to use it and pointing out all the constellations and planets I knew, and he legitimately asked me, "Where's Earth? Where was the Vietnam War fought? How long is 60 seconds in Africa?" Years ago in biology class we were talking about aliens, and a girl asked me if I believed in them. I responded something like, if I had to guess I'd say there's probably life out there. She stared at me and with a sarcastic and dismissive tone asked, "So you think there are other people in the world?" Sociology. You mean like socialism. A deer, an elk, and a moose are the same thing, right? Yes, Sandra, they're the same animal. That's why they have different names and look nothing alike. Why I choose to have my infant son wear glasses. He has hyperopia farsightedness, and so do I. I wear glasses too. What are some things tourists should not do where you're from? Don't fucking leave trash on the beach, pack it in. Pack it the fuck out. Jerk off the dogs. Resident Harriet always suggest against teasing obstructing the Queen's guards in there. They wear silly hats. And they do let people take photographs of them, but they are still there to do a job at the end of your child, though anyone who stands in their way or obstructs them from performing their duties will get yeeted out of the way. Don't go to the hood. It's noticeable if you're already not from there, so a tourist going is easy pickings. Please don't throw your trash in the wilderness. It's destructive, and if people wanted to hear your crappy mumble rap, no one wants to hear that. Get injured. Healthcare ain't cheap here. Don't walk on the dunes. Come to where I'm from. Yeah, the hotels here are cheaper, but there's nothing you'd like to eat or do. Spend the extra money to live in a cute neighborhood you'd enjoy walking around in. Reddit, what is something everyone should do at least once in their life? Travel alone. There's something about having no obligations to anyone else, but also having to fix any and all problems that might arise while you are traveling alone. Cliffs of Moher. The view is absolutely stunning and really puts our size in perspective. Death, poop, sleep naked, pee, see a total eclipse. Skydiving, orgasm, skydive, great experience. Surprisingly peaceful once you're out of the plane. Live with their parents at least once while they are old for a short time. I sold a house and had to live with my elderly mom for a month. You see things differently as a 40-yo. Live somewhere completely different to where you grew up. Try shrooms and mma. Visit the Grand Canyon. Roller coaster. Fall in love. Live alone. Work retail or food service. Punch and get punched in the face. The porn industry is the only one where you're supposed to suck at your job. As a straw tester, I beg to differ. I'm a Hoover, and I must disagree. Professional carpet cleaners would like a word with you. Sucking at the job and sucking on the job are two different things. Monica Lewinsky would disagree. I don't know, I mean I got fired from the camera crew for doing that. Congress, you underestimate my power. Also, the only place you can walk around with a coffee mug that says I'm hard at work and nobody will think you're an asshole. Shit pump operators hold my hose. Absolutes and shower thoughts. Name a more mismatched duo. Umpires looking around nervously. Clearly never ran a vac truck on site. Try politician, dictator, etc. That's physically impossible. The porn industry blows just like the rest of them. Pushy physics jokes. In every company with over 100 people there is at least one who works their way up like this. What are the benefits of getting married as a man? She won't ask you when are you going to propose anymore. As a single man, honestly, what I am looking for is someone that I can turn to as the credits start rolling on a movie and say, how great was that? I think there is a tremendous benefit in finding someone that you can share little things with that you both appreciate. I spent a week in the hospital. Aortic dissection didn't burst the cell wall, so I was on morphine as they discussed surgery. You need someone there, someone who gives a damn. Someone to be your last will. She and I had been dating, and I figured she was a good bet. After I survived and moved on, we married soon after. Don't get. It's probably saved my life, or at least put more years on it. Having someone that forces you through constant poking to see a drive, go to the dentist, get labs done. Which song do you hate and why? Happy by Pharrell Williams. I don't really know why I hate it so much, but I do with a passion. Whenever I hear it, I feel unnecessarily angry. Lizzo, About Damn Time. I remember it was a trending song on TikTok a while ago. The dance and the miming along just got tiresome very quickly. The song is also just total trash. Baby Shark, just nasty piece that my kids love to death. Now I don't have kids anymore. We found love in a hopeless place, Cashier 2012-2014. 8-hour weekend shift, 1.5-hour store playlist. So I heard that song at least 5 times. It just repeats We Found Love in a Hopeless Place over and over again. That is the entire song. Love hate that fucking song. Dance Monkey by Tones and I. Christmas music in general. Anything by Mumford and Sons. Insipid wonkery. What advice would you give to a guy about to get into his first relationship? Don't be a pushover. Don't allow disrespect to your boundaries. Don't neglect your friends. That begging for the bare minimum is not normal. Don't become codependent. Have your own free time outside of the relationship. Never stop being yourself. Control your emotions. A friend has a philosophy: do not do things that make you unhappy. Try your best to communicate even if you think something is obvious. Make sure you understand consent is still a thing even if you are in a relationship. Have patience with your partner. Everyone is raised differently, have do things in a different way than you. Communication is so important. Never lose your self-respect no matter however much you think you love them. Agree to disagree. It is not you versus her. It is your team versus the problem. Make sure you're a jigachid. Communicate. What's a show that was trash but you couldn't stop watching it? Jersey Shore, it was a train wreck you couldn't look away from. Love's Blind. Flavor of Love, The Tiger King. Kinda partial trash show, but the last handful of seasons of Supernatural. Last one I watched all the way through was Dexter. Those last few seasons were horrendous. After that, I realize I'll never get that time back, so if a show sucks, I ditch it. I've watched enough good shows to just watch them. True Blood Post Season 3. The Flash. Rock of Love with Bret Michaels. Fucking incredible television. Cops is my all-time guilty pleasure. 90 Day Fiancé. Vampire Diaries. I hate reality television, but gosh darn did Floribama Shore suck me in. Tiger King often felt a bit unclean watching it, but watch it I did. Jerry Springer. Riverdale. I grew an attachment and had to stick through till the end. If you could instantly master one skill you've seen someone perform in a viral video, what would it be and why? Making $1 million a day with a prepaid Shopify site with zero effort and about 5 minutes a day. I'd be chilling in Dubai right now. I can play guitar fairly well, but would love to be able to just play whatever I want on piano. I have daydreams about striding up to a public piano and just blowing standards by away with my skills. Folding a fitted sheet. It's some black magic that I want. Money management and taking right entry skill in stocks. Shadow puppetry. To horn up my wife. Diff gotta be that sick latte art I saw, you know, where they pour the perfect swan. Working at Starbucks, I pour tons of lattice, but mastering that would seriously up my coffee game. Plus, imagine the smiles when people get a little art with their caffeine buzz. Playing an instrument. Cell phone conspiracies fizzled out because it's too inconvenient to live without a phone. I know someone who hates cell phones and refuses to use one. They pop back up anytime a G is added. Yeah, I mean especially after all those petrol stations blowing up and stuff. I'm still tearing down conspiracy flyers attached to polls in my local town on a weekly basis, though. I would still group the egg into conspiracies with cell phones. I imagine we will see another round of that whenever companies start talking about egg. That's just what they want you to think. It's mildly inconvenient, but you can get by. The worst part is everyone around you acts like you're a fucking lunatic. I think we are living in a time that has too much convenience. We could do with a little bit less of it. I have multiple neighbors who strongly oppose cell towers in our neighborhood because of mind control, or that's how COVID gets you depending on which flavor of lunatic you talk to. They all agree it's the egg that's bad, though.